In this video, we're going to be breaking down Nettspend's new music video, Tommy, and more precisely, the X-ray grunge effect that is in there. It's pretty trippy and it's actually pretty simple to do, so make sure to stick around until the end if you want to learn some new sauce. By the way, if you like effects just like these, then I have to let you know about a brand new preset pack called New Wave FX V2. New Wave FX V2 allows you to get those grungy effects, those trippy effects, basically all of the effects you need to emulate that new wave aesthetic that you're going to see from artists in the underground, just like Nettspend, D Savage, Molly Santana, and many more. I'll leave the link in the description with a discount if you want to check these out. Now let's get into the tutorial. Alright, so as we can see, we get this X-ray effect within the video and it's rotoscoped out, so it looks really trippy, it looks really nice, and that's what we're going to recreate today. So as you can see, you get this really cool X-ray effect right here, and there are a couple of places, yeah, super trippy. I really think it makes a great contrast because the rest of the room is pretty dark. Now let's not waste any more time, let's get right into it. So this is the clip I chose to recreate the effect. Now the first thing we have to do to create this X-ray effect is rotoscope out our character. Let me show you how. So to rotoscope, you can't do it within the composition. You basically want to double click on your layer right here. We can do Alt W, Option W, or you even have the roto brush tool right here. You can select it manually. So you basically want to select everything that's part of what you want in the rotoscope. So in our case, it's our subject Nettspend. So you basically want to do this. And now when it bleeds and you have parts that you don't want in there, you basically want to press Alt and then click, and now it's going to remove the part. So as you can see, we don't want that part, Alt, etc. Now you can be extremely precise with these or not so much. It really depends on how precise you want it to be. I'm going to try and do a good job on this, but with the effects we put, it doesn't have to be super detailed and super on point. We're going to activate the use motion blur checkbox right here. That's going to help us if there's some movement of some sort. And now we're going to do command arrow to the right to go to the next frame. For this tutorial's sake, I'm not going to do it extremely precise. You get the point. Now let's do command to the right, command to the right. And now just like that, when you press spacebar, you should have it rotoscoped out. The only thing that's a little annoying is that this is jittering way too much, probably due to the fact everything is black. So one thing that we can do to help us out is go and grab the sharpen effect, put it right there, and then we're gonna make the edges sharp. That way it's gonna help us with the rotoscope, and now it should be way less worse. So when we're done with the rotoscope, we can freeze it, or we're gonna duplicate that very same layer and we can remove the sharpen effect. We don't need that anymore. Same for the background. So the bottom layer, we're gonna delete the rotoscope because it's gonna be our background. So we can call this BG for background, and then let's call this one roto. All right, so we can increase the feather of the roto a little bit. 8 should be good. Now that we're done with the rotoscoping part, we can get down to actual business and create our X-ray effect. Let's get into it. So we're gonna go to effects and presets, and we're gonna type colorama. Then we're gonna drag it onto the rotoscope. And then we're gonna go to output cycle, and we're gonna make the preset palette negative. So now, as you can see, we're getting that effect. Now let's look at what we have. Now that looks pretty good, but it's not grainy enough. We need some grain in there. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Let's get into it. So we're gonna go to effects and presets and type noise. We're gonna get some noise in there. It's really gonna add to our grunge effect, and we're gonna increase the amount of noise until we get something we like. Also, I'm gonna uncheck use color noise. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Now let's look at what we have so far. Pretty fire. Now don't get me wrong, this looks nice, but as you know, on this channel we're not basic editors. We always like to level up, so I'm gonna show you how you can sauce it up even further. Let's get it. So we're actually gonna duplicate our rotoscope layer. We can do that by doing command D, and then on the bottom layer we're gonna type CC light rays. So we're gonna do this light ray effect. We're gonna put that one in the middle, and now as you can see, you get this cool glow right here. We can increase the intensity to something we like, and then all we gotta do is keyframe the center so that if he moves, we can play with that. So let's do that. Let's keyframe that, and then at the end, when he's a bit further there, we can just adjust it a little. Now let's look at what we have. I just thought it'd be a pretty nice touch to add to it. Now with that said, let's look at our final result. So that was it for today. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video and if it brought you any value, please consider subscribing, and please let me know in the comments what type of tutorials you would like me to cover next on this channel. Also, if you're looking to get effects just like these in a matter of seconds and in one single click, we have some really fire presets down below. I'll leave them there, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.